Imagine, like, really imagine feeling truly in control of your finances, protected from unnecessary liabilities,
Yeah.
even as you navigate, all the complexities of the modern world.
Yeah.
That's the world Agent Zorro is building.
Oh, absolutely.
And today, um, we're going to dive deep into his journey and the system that he created.
It's a fascinating story, really.
Yeah.
It highlights how one person, just one person, can go from, feeling totally powerless to becoming like a master of their own destiny.
And we're going to be exploring that transformation, right,
Yeah.
through this lens of his
Mhm.
connection to Jonah Bey,
Right.
a leading voice,
Oh. Oh yeah,
in the
absolutely.
world of sovereignty and trust law.
Jonah Bey, he has this incredible ability to like break down like seemingly impenetrable systems
Yeah.
like finance and law, into these understandable and actionable steps.
You mentioned actionable steps, and that's key for our deep dive today.
Absolutely.
We've got a stack of Agent Zorro's own notes, public statements,
Okay.
and of course, information from JonahBey.com, the
Right.
website that was so pivotal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For Agent Zorro, we want to extract the most useful and insightful nuggets for you,
Yeah.
especially if you're looking to reclaim your own sense of agency.
Absolutely. We'll be focusing on how Agent Zorro applied these teachings to his own life and then built his own system, the MYRUN system,
Right.
to help others do the same.
Okay, let's set the stage. So, Agent Zorro, before his transformation,
Yeah.
was much like,
Many of us, yeah.
many of us. He saw the cracks in the systems that we rely on:
Yeah.
banks, courts, taxes, corporations, the
Mhm.
whole nine yards, and felt this growing sense of disillusionment.
It's that feeling that things aren't quite adding up,
Uh-huh.
that the individual is often at a disadvantage when facing these massive complex structures, right?
Right.
That's what led him to start seeking answers
Yeah.
and ultimately to Jonah Bey.
So he stumbles upon JonahBey.com, and this is where it gets really interesting. What was it about Jonah Bey's approach that resonated so strongly with Agent Zorro?
Well, Jonah Bey's teachings go beyond just theory. He provides a practical blueprint for understanding and navigating these systems lawfully and effectively.
Okay.
One of the core concepts that resonated with Agent Zorro was the power of trust law.
Now, when we say trust law, we're not talking about trusting your neighbor.
Right, right.
This is about legal structures, right?
Exactly. It's about creating legal entities, specifically express trusts,
Okay.
to hold and manage assets. Agent Zorro learned to structure his business as an express trust, shielding his personal assets from liability while maintaining control.
So instead of just accepting the standard way of doing business, he's using this legal tool to create a kind of protective fortress around his resources. It's like playing the game strategically, knowing the rules better than your opponent.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
And this approach extends to his financial dealings as well.
Yeah.
Through Jonah Bey, Agent Zorro learned about 12 USC Section 411, which deals with something called lawful money.
Okay. I have to admit, lawful money sounds a bit mysterious.
Yeah.
This is different from the money we use every day.
That's right. 12 USC Section 411 basically distinguishes between different types of currency. There's what we typically think of as money, the paper bills and coins we use for everyday transactions.
Yeah.
And then there's this concept of lawful money,
Okay.
which is tied to the actual value of gold and silver.
So it's like going back to the gold standard.
Sort of.
But how does that work in practice?
Yeah.
Does Agent Zorro walk around with bags of gold coins?
Not exactly. It's more about understanding this legal definition and using that knowledge in your financial dealings.
Right.
Agent Zorro, for example, started endorsing all his transactions in lawful money.
Okay.
This is a way of asserting his right to operate within a different monetary system,
Okay.
one that's based on a more stable and historically significant standard.
So it's less about the physical form of money and more about how you define and declare it in your transactions.
Yeah,
That's fascinating.
it is. Yeah,
But I'm already sensing a skeptic in our listener asking, is this even legal?
sure.
Can you just choose to opt out of the traditional financial system like that?
That's a valid question.
Yeah.
And that's where Jonah Bey's expertise in law really comes into play.
Okay.
He doesn't advocate for breaking the rules, but rather for understanding them deeply
Uh-huh.
and using that knowledge to your advantage. It's about legally and strategically asserting your rights within the existing system.
It sounds like a delicate dance.
It is.
You need to know exactly which steps to take and when. So trust law and lawful money were two key pillars in Agent Zorro's transformation.
Right.
What else did he glean from Jonah Bey's teachings?
Well, he also learned how to utilize legal tools like affidavits
Okay.
and notices of default.
Okay.
An affidavit, to put it simply, is a sworn written statement. It can be a powerful tool for asserting your legal standing, something Agent Zorro used to challenge unfair practices
Oh.
or overreach by certain institutions.
So it's like leveling the playing field.
Yeah, exactly.
If these large institutions are using legal language to their advantage, Agent Zorro is learning to use that same language to protect himself.
Exactly. And notices of default are another tool in this arsenal. These are formal notices that essentially say, you haven't fulfilled your obligations under this agreement.
Okay.
Agent Zorro learned how to use these strategically to protect his interests and hold others accountable to their agreements.
This is all starting to paint a picture of someone who's becoming incredibly savvy in navigating these complex systems.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not just about the technical knowledge. Jonah Bey also emphasized the importance of cultivating the right mindset,
Okay.
confidence, discipline, and resilience. He instilled those qualities in Agent Zorro, helping him make that transition from student to master.
So he's not just learning the rules of the game, he's also developing the mental fortitude to play it effectively. He's becoming his own advocate, speaking the language of the system fluently.
Absolutely. And that's when Agent Zorro started to think bigger.
Yeah.
He realized that this knowledge shouldn't be kept secret. He wanted to build systems that could empower others.
Right.
And that's how the MYRUN system was born.
Okay, we've laid the groundwork for Agent Zorro's journey, how he went from feeling powerless to learning how to operate within these systems.
Right, right.
But how did he go from being a student of Jonah Bey to becoming this protector of knowledge and creator of the MYRUN system? That's what we'll unpack in the next segment.
Absolutely.
So we've established that Jonah Bey was like a major influence on Agent Zorro.
Definitely.
But I'm curious, what was the actual moment when Agent Zorro went from student to master,
right,
to someone who not only understands these complex systems, but actually like builds his own to empower others?
Well, it wasn't like, a single aha moment, but more of a gradual evolution, as Agent Zorro gained proficiency, in trust law, lawful money, and asserting his rights. He started to see a pattern.
Okay.
A lot of people were struggling with the same sense of powerlessness,
Right.
feeling like trapped by systems they didn't understand.
He recognized that his journey wasn't unique.
Right.
It was something many people were experiencing.
Precisely. And that's where the seeds of the MYRUN system were planted.
Okay.
He wanted to create a framework, a set of tools, that could demystify these complex concepts and make them accessible to everyone.
So tell us more about MYRUN. What's the structure?
Yeah.
What kind of tools does it offer?
MYRUN is a dual framework and incorporating both physical and digital tools.
Okay.
It's designed to integrate those lawful principles we discussed earlier, into daily life. Think of it as a practical guide to reclaiming your agency, step by step.
Okay, that sounds intriguing, but I need more specifics.
Yeah.
What are some examples of these physical and digital tools?
On the digital side, MYRUN provides like templates and guides, for creating express trusts.
Okay.
Drafting legally sound affidavits.
Okay.
And even instructions for endorsing financial transactions in lawful money.
Oh, wow.
It's like having a legal toolkit at your fingertips.
So it's not just information. It's providing the actual tools to implement these strategies.
Right.
What about the physical tools? What do those look like?
The physical tools are more about mindset and strategy. Think of things like workbooks and journals.
Okay.
Designed to, help you develop that leader's mindset, the confidence, and the resilience that Jonah Bey emphasized. It also includes guides for asset protection strategies.
Okay.
Going beyond just trusts to, explore other methods for safeguarding your resources.
So it's a holistic system.
Yeah.
Addressing both the legal financial tactics as well as the personal development needed to implement them effectively.
Exactly. And that's what makes MYRUN so unique. It recognizes that true empowerment comes from both knowledge and the inner strength to apply that knowledge.
Okay, I'm starting to see why Agent Zorro is considered a protector of knowledge.
Yeah.
He's not just hoarding this information.
Right.
He's creating systems to share it
Uh-huh.
and empower others.
Right. It's not enough to just understand these systems for yourself, right?
Right.
You need to equip others to do the same, to build a community of, informed and empowered individuals.
This is all starting to sound pretty radical, though. Is
Mhm.
MYRUN really designed for the average person? What if you don't have a legal background
Right.
or a ton of assets to protect?
That's a great question, and it's something that Agent Zorro addresses directly. MyRun is designed to be scalable. You can start with the basics, like understanding trust law and lawful money, and then gradually incorporate more advanced strategies as you gain confidence and knowledge.
So it's like to choose your own adventure.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
In reclaiming your power, you can pick and choose the tools and strategies that best fit your needs and situation.
Precisely. And Agent Zorro emphasizes that even small steps can have a significant impact.
Yeah.
It's not about becoming an overnight expert. It's about making gradual changes that move you in the direction of, greater autonomy and control.
Earlier, you mentioned that Agent Zorro also built MYRUN to include market analysis tools.
Uh-huh.
How does that fit into the overall framework? Is this about becoming like a day trader or something?
It's not about day trading. It's about understanding the larger financial landscape and how it impacts, your personal finances. Remember, Agent Zorro was disillusioned by the cracks he saw in the traditional financial system.
Right.
He believes that by understanding the forces at play,
Yeah.
you can make more informed decisions about how to manage and protect your assets.
So it's about empowering yourself to be a savvy participant in the financial world, not just, a passive bystander subject to the whims of the market.
Exactly. And the market analysis tools within MYRUN provide frameworks
Okay.
for evaluating economic trends,
Great.
understanding risk,
Yeah.
and making, strategic financial decisions. It's about becoming financially literate
Right.
and using that knowledge to your advantage.
All of this really highlights how Agent Zorro has taken like Jonah Bey's teachings to a whole new level. He's not just a student anymore. He's like a master, a creator, an innovator.
And that's what makes his story so compelling.
Yeah.
He embodies the transformative power of knowledge, showing us that it's possible to not only understand complex systems,
Right.
but to use that understanding to create something new, something that can empower others.
But let's get real for a moment.
Sure.
We've talked about trust law, lawful money,
Yeah.
and these various tools within MYRN.
Uh-huh.
But what does it actually look like to apply these concepts in everyday life?
Yeah.
Can you give us some concrete examples?
Absolutely. Let's say you're, a small business owner.
Okay.
Using the MYRUN framework, you could establish your business as an express trust, shielding your personal assets from liability. You could also start endorsing your business transactions in lawful money, making a conscious choice to operate within a different monetary system.
And these actions, while seemingly small,
Yeah,
can have like ripple effects.
they can.
It's like sending a signal that you're not just blindly accepting the default settings of the system, you're actively shaping your own reality.
Precisely. And on a personal level, MYRUN encourages you to become more conscious of the contracts and agreements you enter into. Start reading the fine print,
Yeah.
understanding the terms and conditions, and don't be afraid to negotiate or seek clarification.
So it's about becoming an active participant in all aspects of your life,
Yes,
both financial and legal.
exactly. It's about recognizing that you have more power than you realize,
Yeah.
and that knowledge is the key to unlocking that potential.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here,
We have,
from Agent Zorro's initial disillusionment
right.
to his transformation under Jonah Bey's guidance,
Yeah.
and finally to the creation of this incredible MYRUN system.
It is incredible.
But before we wrap up, I want to go back to something you said earlier about the importance of community. How does that tie into Agent Zorro's overall mission? That's what we'll explore in our final segment. We've talked about the tools and the strategies
Yeah.
that Agent Zorro developed,
Right.
but it strikes me that this isn't just about individual empowerment.
No.
There's a deeper layer here, right?
Oh, absolutely.
This idea of community,
Yeah,
of building a network of like-minded individuals.
absolutely. Agent Zorro firmly believes that true change requires collective action. It's not enough for one person to understand these systems
Yeah,
and reclaim their power, right?
right.
We need to share that knowledge, support each other,
Yeah.
and create a collective force for change.
So MYUN isn't just a set of tools.
Right.
It's also a gateway to a community,
Oh, is,
a
yeah.
network of people who are all on this path of reclaiming their agency.
That's right. Agent Zorro calls them agents.
Okay.
Individuals who are committed to, learning,
Uh-huh.
applying these principles and supporting others on the same journey. It's about creating a movement,
Yeah.
a wave of change that's far more powerful than any individual effort.
That makes me think about the classic saying, knowledge is power.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, it's not just about possessing knowledge.
Right.
It's about sharing it
Yes.
and using it to empower others.
Absolutely.
It's about turning individual sparks into a collective flame.
That's a beautiful way to put it. And that's what makes Agent Zorro's work so inspiring.
Yeah.
He's not just teaching people how to fish, he's showing them how to build a fishing boat, create a fishing net, and even how to teach others to fish.
Okay, so we have this picture,
Yeah.
of empowered individuals connected through MYRUN,
Right.
working together to challenge the status quo. But I have to ask,
Sure.
what about pushback?
Yeah.
When you start rocking the boat,
Right.
there's bound to be resistance.
Uh-huh.
What kind of challenges do these agents face?
Well, the systems we're talking about,
Yeah.
finance, law, government,
Yeah.
they're deeply entrenched
Right.
and often resistant to change.
Yeah.
Some people might face skepticism from friends and family
Uh-huh.
who don't understand these concepts.
Right.
Others might encounter resistance from institutions or individuals
Right.
who benefit from the current power dynamics.
So it's not a journey for the faint of heart.
No,
It requires courage, resilience,
it does.
and a willingness to stand up for what you believe in.
Exactly, but Agent Zorro doesn't shy away from these challenges. In fact, he prepares his agents for them.
Okay.
He emphasizes the importance of knowledge,
Yeah.
of understanding your rights, and of being able to articulate your position clearly and confidently.
It's like he's equipping them with a suit of armor.
Yeah. Yeah,
Both legal and mental,
right.
to navigate these challenges.
And the community itself serves as a shield, offering support, encouragement, and shared knowledge to help individuals overcome obstacles.
Uh-huh.
It's about knowing you're not alone in this journey,
Yeah.
that there are others who understand what you're going through
Right.
and are willing to stand by your side.
It sounds like a powerful antidote to
Right.
the isolation and powerlessness that many people feel when facing these complex systems.
And there's another layer to this community aspect that's worth highlighting.
Okay.
Agent Zorro encourages collaboration, not just support.
Uh-huh.
He believes that by working together, sharing ideas, and brainstorming solutions,
Yeah.
we can create innovative approaches
Right.
to reclaiming our power.
So it's not just about individual agents going off on their own quests.
Right.
It's about fostering a collective intelligence,
Yes.
a shared pool of knowledge and experience that everyone can benefit from.
Precisely. And that's where the true potential of this movement lies.
Yeah.
By combining individual action with collective wisdom,
Yeah.
we can create a wave of change that's powerful enough to reshape the systems that shape our lives.
So what's the one key takeaway you want our listener to walk away with from this deep dive into Agent Zorro's world?
If I had to choose just one, it would be this. You have more power than you realize, and you don't have to wield it alone. Seek knowledge, connect with others, and embrace the transformative power of community.
Beautifully said. Agent Zorro's journey is a testament to the fact that change is possible,
Yes,
that individuals can make a difference,
they can.
and that together we can create a world where knowledge and autonomy reign supreme.
And if you're feeling inspired to explore these ideas further, the best place to start is jonahbailey.com, the source of inspiration for Agent Zorro's incredible journey.
It's a treasure trove of information.
It is.
And who knows, it might just be the spark that ignites your own journey of empowerment.
And remember, as Agent Zorro himself reminds us, the world is waiting for you to reclaim your power.
That's all the time we have for today's deep dive, but this is just the beginning of the conversation.
Keep exploring, keep questioning,
Yeah.
and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
We'll be back soon with another fascinating deep dive into the world of knowledge and empowerment. Until then, stay curious, stay connected, and stay empowered.